Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash, match day 1 in the Premier League is here. We kick off tonight with the Liverpool-Bournemouth game. We're hoping for a shock there. We're hoping for a shock. Obviously, there's a little curtain raiser with the champions up against a Bournemouth team that have been stripped this season. They've lost this summer. Sorry, they've lost Hoyson in defence. They've lost Zabani. They've lost Kirkes. They've been absolutely stripped defensively. Obviously lost Kepa as well, who's joined us. So yeah, it's not looking great for Bournemouth, but of course we're here to discuss the big one. First game of the season. They've put us at Old Trafford away to Man United. What a massive game to open the season with. And whoever loses, if there is a loser, is going to be feeling absolutely rubbish because they had a terrible season last season. They've made some big signings, additions to their squad, and they're looking to get into Europe this season. We're looking to go that final step and win this league. So losing this game would be not only painful because we've lost it to them, but painful in terms of our hopes for the title. Yes, at that early stage, because it's a psychological battle as well. But we're not going to think like that because we're going there to win. We're going there to pick up all 3 points. We've had a good pre-season. Hopefully everyone's fit and healthy and ready to go. Haven't had Arteta's press conference yet. But, like I said, we're up against a team that have a lot to work to make up for. Their fans are going to be expecting a performance in their first game of the season. After the season they had last season, they're going to expect a big performance. And they do get up for these big games. We went there last year, even though they finished 15th. We went and probably should have lost. We drew 1-1. A Declan Rice goal saving us pretty much. But yeah, on the day we were bad. And that is what happens at Old Trafford for us. I'm not going to lie. It's very rare that we go there and have a comfortable game. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Like I said, they've made some additions in the front line. And we could see a whole new front three for them. They've obviously got Mateus Cunha from Wolves. Big footballer. Like, he's a proper player. His mentality defensively is something we could possibly look to exploit. And if we do play Timber, I do think it could be Ben White, but we'll talk about the 11 a bit later. But if we'd have Timber, I back Timber to lock up any of them. And then Sesko, Benjamin Sesko, they signed the number 9 that I wanted. I'll be so honest. They signed the number 9 I wanted. Yes, I'm buzzing with Gyökeres, but initially, Sesko is the one we wanted. But what I will say is, in terms of projects, Sesko probably suits them better than he suits us, and Gyökeres suits us better than he suits them. Sesko is a player with a ridiculous potential, but he hasn't done any crazy numbers yet so far. The talent's there, and it's whether he can apply it and make it happen. And they're in a building process. We're at the end game, so we need a win now striker. Gyökeres, 27, top scorer in Europe last season, bagging goals for fun the last couple of years. He's here to win now, so it makes sense for us. But yeah, I do like Sesko. Not sure if he'll start the game because obviously he's only signed, I think, a week ago. I don't think he's played for them yet. So yeah, it remains to be seen whether he'll start. And then Brian Mbeumo, another player we were interested in this summer. We wanted him before we went in for Noni, but he didn't fancy being like a backup to Saka. So yeah, he backed himself to go to United and bring them out of trouble. So we'll see what happens with that. But he's a top player as well, player that's hurt us in the past. Scored against us last season for Brentford. But like I said, we are the team in this game that should be controlling it, should be taking the game to them, should be creating the most chances. And I back us simply because I don't really rate their manager. I think their midfield is weak, and defensively they can be got at. So yeah, I'm still backing us, but they've got a crazy threat. So if we're even a percentage off of our game, they will and can hurt us because they've still got Bruno feeding those 3. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, but I back the boys to do the job. It'll be interesting to see how we navigate this game in terms of the tactical battle, because obviously we know they're going to play a 3 at the back, 3-4-3. So they're going to have a wing back. So they're going to have Ahmad and Mbeumo on that side. So defensively, yeah, we'll back ourselves to get the better of him. But going forward, Martinelli's going to have to do a job if it is him, to track him, because whoever the left back is, whether it's Calafiori or Lewis Kelly, they're gonna have a job on their hands. So yeah, it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game to start the season, but if we win this, it's gonna be a massive confidence boost. So yeah, let me get on to my predicted 11. So yeah, like I said, assuming everyone's fit, it's David Raya in goal, no doubt about it. I'm hoping for another big season from him, get the Golden Glove again, and yeah, let's hope he can do the business. At right back is a tough one. Ben White's had a really good preseason. Timber was injured at the start of the preseason, came back the last couple of games, and he still looks quite good. But I do feel that we could go with Ben White in this game, just because he's had the minutes and he's looking good as well. He's looking sharp. So I can see us going with Ben White. And then if it's not working, obviously defensively, if we're up in the game, Timber's an amazing person to bring off the bench, because he's just going to go there and lock off whoever they've got on that side. At centre back, I've no doubt about it that it's going to be Saliba and Gabriel. Gabriel, similarly to Timber, was injured at the start of the preseason, but I'm not going to lie, we're a massive, like a whole different animal with Gabriel in the team. He's such a leader, got such a presence about him, even in the opposition box as well. He can get us a goal, and we know they're weak at set pieces as well, so he'll be a massive threat. So I'm going to go with Gabriel at centre back with Saliba, and then at left back we have another conundrum, just like at right back. Do you go Calafiori? Do you go Lewis Kelly? I think Lewis Kelly's had a poor preseason, if I'm being totally honest. I'm not sure what it is, but he seemed a little bit off it. Calafiori brings a whole nother dynamic to Lewis Kelly. To the left back position. He is so dynamic. He's comfortable inside. He's comfortable on the outside. The only problem with him is obviously his fitness, and also defensively. Last season, I think it was, they put Garnacho, I think it was, on that side, caused them problems all game. And Buemo and Ahmad on that side, it's not a pretty sight, I'll be so honest. So, do you go for the more... The thing is though, with Lewis Kelly, he's not exactly miles above Calafiori defensively. So, do we go for Lewis Kelly, who's going to invert, help us control the game? Or do we go with Calafiori, who's going to be a bit more elusive and more attacking minded? It's a difficult one. I think Calafiori suits Martinelli better, who we're going to get onto that side of the pitch soon. But yeah, so I'm going to go with Calafiori for now. But if it's Miles, I wouldn't be surprised. Centre midfield speaks for itself, I'm not going to lie. Zubimendi at the base. Alongside Dek, I'd say in this game, we could see a double pivot of Dek and Zubimendi. And I hope we do see that, because in our last pre-season game, that worked a treat. And I think them two complement each other so well. One can sit, one can go. Dek with his long bursting runs, get into that box, crash in the box. Zubimendi with the control, the football IQ. This is a game where we're going to have a lot of the ball, and we need someone that's going to use it well, and he's definitely the one for that. So yeah, Zubimendi and Dek, and then Odegaard kind of roaming as a kind of 10. And he needs a big performance. We need him with some cutting edge. And you know, I'm not going to lie, in our last pre-season game against Bilbao, we saw a bit of a different Odegaard in terms of his directness. You could see him looking for Gyökeres, similarly to how he looks for Haaland when he plays for Norway. So I think I've got a little bit of hope in Odegaard this season. So yeah, that would be my midfield three. And then the front three, I think to start the game, we're going to go with Martinelli on the left. And I want to see that because of the defensive dynamic, and he knows what Arteta needs and what the team needs tactically. And like I said, they've got a massive threat on that side with Ahmad and Mbeumo. So we need someone that's going to do the shift, and he can do that. And then on the break, he can catch them as well. He's got the pace, and he just needs that confidence. So yeah, I've got to start with Martinelli. On the right, Saka, obviously. Whoever's on their side is going to have a horrible game. He's looking sharp, so it'll be a good battle out there. I think it might be Dorgu on that side, who's had a decent pre-season, but he's coming up against a proper animal in Saka. And then up front, the biggest decision I think for the day, do you go Havertz, do you go Gyökeres? Personally, I'm going Kai Havertz to start this game, and I'll explain why. Gyökeres is obviously a threat. It's a difficult decision because if he gets a chance, he's bagging the chance. But Kai Havertz knows our pressing system so well. He's one of the best pressers probably in the league. And as a unit, if that breaks down, especially against this United team, where two passes and they've got it at the ball at the front three's feet, it's a problem. So we need to have that on point. And Gyökeres a couple of times against Bilbao kind of missed it. And I can't blame him. Obviously, he's new to the system. He's getting up to speed. But I think for this game, because of the magnitude of the game, I'm going Kai Havertz to start and then Gyökeres to come off the bench. And I'll still back him to get a goal. So yeah, Havertz to start. And then next week, when we play Leeds at home, that's when I'll start Gyökeres. But yeah, I'd go with Havertz from the offset. And then on the bench, we'll have options. We'll have the likes of Madueke, we'll have Gyökeres, we'll have Waneri, we'll have hopefully Max Dowman, but I think he's still away. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But this is a massive, massive game. But I'm going to back the boys to get the win. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Arsenal win. I think there are going to be goals in this game. I think they'll get one just simply because of the attacking threat that they have. Although I back our defence to keep them out for the most part. And then I think they will have too much for them going forward as well. I think we'll win the midfield battle. We'll control the game, create enough chances and get a couple of goals. So, let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you agree with my 11, whether you'd make any changes. There's quite a few difficult decisions for Arteta to make. And yeah, let me know if you're feeling as confident as I am going into what is a massive game. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for the match review. But yeah, Premier League football is back, baby. Let's go.